For me, there are two ways North Korea is presented. You have the let's say the propaganda images, the images that show a beautiful North Korea, maybe still a bit as if it was 20 years ago, 50 years ago I would say. I had the idea, because I saw many documentary photographs, that that was the current situation of North Korea. I heard, of course, on the news stories that might make me think it would be worse, but I'm a very visual person, so these books influenced me a lot on thinking that's North Korea. Once I was in North Korea and, my guides picked me up on the airport and giving me the tour to Pyongyang, I realized that all those photographs are taken in the places that they were very proudly showing me. So I realized, wait, what I interpreted as the reality of this country is propaganda in a way. Of course, it is a version of the reality. I mean, it's real, I see it with my own eyes, but it's not the everyday reality of everyone. And while we were driving in the van through the countryside, I saw, of course, also a lot of poverty. You can just see it through the window of my van, and I felt, well, that's another way of looking at the reality. The propaganda is, in a way, for me, it's also a reality of North Korea. It is their dream, it is what they want to achieve, it's where they want to go, it's the utopian. Our advertisement campaigns are not that much different. I mean, that's also an idealized version of the reality. And I think looking at North Korea, we shouldn't only portray them as the acts of evil and of the... Yes, I'm not saying that it's not happening, but there are small parts of the reality to look at. There is an illusion, of course, and in the propaganda, the paintings that I really admire. I mean, they're beautiful. Not only beautiful sceneries that they try to depict, but also beautifully painted. That utopian picture is a part of what what the North Koreans want to be, and you should respect that and not dismiss it as a political joke. I made combinations, photomontages, of both propaganda paintings and photographs I took myself of the reality, traveling through those 2,500 kilometers throughout the country. Let's say that one image in general could be 20 photographs, sometimes even up to 50 put it together. So it's photographs taken of paintings, photographs taken of books, so state propaganda or propaganda paintings that I found inside the country, combined with my own photographs. I use their visual language. I studied the North Korea propaganda paintings from the 70s onwards. So I use paintings throughout the 70s up till now. I wanted to put the reality into the visual language of the propaganda. The paintings look, of course, they're very colorful. It's the ultimate blush of the world, let's say. And in reality, the country has been used. The country looks haggard, desolated. That's what I see with my eyes. So I don't see the colorful fruits and the colorful... On the other hand, I'm not saying that there doesn't grow anything. Of course, later in season that does. But with your eyes, it looks a whole lot less utopian than in the paintings. For me, it's a combination of, I will say, the documentary photographer inside of me and the artist. I could never make mere documentary photographs because it's just not the way I look at the world. I used to work as a documentary photographer and I was always frustrated that my pictures didn't show what I really felt while I was there. And nowadays I use the montage, the composed images, and in that way I can tell further into a story, and with mixing things I can say more on what I really think or feel. It's not anti-North Korea and it's not pro-North Korea. I try to really show both ways of looking at it. It's about the North Korean people that live there and how would it be for them? How do they see, they watch those paintings. How does that feel for them? For me as an artist, I have a certain skill. And I found it important with that skill to tell stories that, to my opinion, matter, are important to be told. I mean, I will never know how it really feels. I will never know how it feels to really be in North Korea. But if I visit them, try to interact with them, I can learn from them. and to, you know, those people don't have a voice, and I try to get them out of the shadow.